It's the activated Futurtarian New Bright 10. That's with a 1 and a 0, dealing with the quantum effect, quantum computer. This video is going to be on the Africans and why that the African continent is such a testing lab. It's been a testing lab since the beginning of evolution, dealing with man and mankind. Africa always been a testing lab. A lot of people ain't gonna like this video because they're so stuck on Africa because mankind pushed Africa to them. Been pushing Africa. The only thing that mankind got left is African and black. That's it. So you know what you're gonna start seeing on with these Negroes that's out here, the rappers, the actors and stuff. You're gonna start hearing them. You're gonna start hearing them in the future. Well, they doing it right now, here and there. But then you're gonna start hearing it on a massive scale where they're gonna start using all these intelligent words. And when I mean intelligent, I'm not talking about you know how you dealing with a so-called black person and they're using all these big words when they talk this and that. Notice I don't talk black and I don't talk white. Don't talk neither. So when you hear these, it's going to be these celebrities and these rappers. They're going to start using the intelligent words. One of the words that they're going to start using is carbon. You're going to start hearing that in the industry. You're going to start hearing carbon. You're going to start hearing activation. You're already hearing activation. You're going to start hearing that because they have to mix. What they have to do is they have to mix the intel with the information. That they're going to have to do both. It's the same way with the Bible. When you're dealing with the Bible, what do they mix the Bible with? They mix it with truth and they mix it with lies. They just can't tell. They're just not going to tell you exactly what went on. Dealing with the hidden scrolls. Because all the scrolls haven't been revealed. That's what you're gonna hear with these rappers, man. With these next coming these rappers, you're gonna start hearing the intel being trickled up into their lyrics. While they still talking about shaking ass, guns, simple-minded Care Bear nigga shit. They're gonna try to mix that in with the intel. That's gonna be the next thing, dealing with the new world order, and that's with an N and a U. Back to Africa. Africa's been getting experimented on. I don't know since when it started, but it started a long time ago since Africa been started to get experimented on. And what is mankind doing? They just picking up the baton. Oh, you gotta leave. They're a country. They're a country that third world continent, this and that. But the reality is, yeah, according to some things on Google, they is getting experimented on because the Africans and the Nubians are not the same people. I'm going to repeat myself. The Africans and the Nubians are not the same people. And they push Africa so hard. They push it so hard. Anything that's pushed on a massive scale is questionable, period. You're not going to push nothing. You're not going to push nothing. If you're in power, you're not going to push nothing to uplift the ones you're oppressing. Oppressing. What's the O? The O is the zero. The O is the hamster wheel mind frame. The circular hamster wheel mind frame. O, what they're pressing the hamster wheel mind frame on you. That's what oppressing means. Broke that down in my other last video about oppressing. But that's why Africa's a petri dish. That's all Africa is, man. It's a petri dish. That's why they experimenting on certain people that's in Africa. They ain't going to experiment on everybody that lives in Africa. It's just something that just been picked up from the past. That's all it is. It's something that got picked up from the past. They experimenting on the Africans. Now, is it right to do that? Is it right to experiment on people that's in third world countries? No, it's not right to do that. Is it necessary to do that? I'm going to say yes. And the reason why I say yes is because when you're dealing with evolution, and you're dealing with the ecosystem, right? So if you're experimenting on people underground, right, it's going to have a different effect on people living and being socialized on the surface on a organic on an organic plane. So yeah, it's going to be different. So yeah, you see that's the thing. A lot of the people, a lot of the so-called black race, they don't understand on running a planet. They really don't. You know what they want? They want kumbaya, hold hands, and everything be peaceful. How when you're dealing with the cosmos, when you're dealing with the universe, right? The universe is peaceful, but every once in a while, what comes through? An asteroid, a quasar, something like that you got to deal with. You got to figure it out or you got to prevent it from happening. It's the same thing with the planet. Certain stars get sacrificed. Certain asteroids get sacrificed. Certain planets get sacrificed. It's the same way as down. I heard one teacher talking about as above, so below ain't real. Talking about it's all one or something he has said. And I understand what he's trying to say. But when you're looking at it from a futuristic standpoint, when you're dealing with this three-dimensional realm, and you're stuck here at the moment, and you get a chance to leave this three-dimensional realm, then you understand what's going on in this three-dimensional realm, especially dealing with a futuristic mind frame. That's why, see, a lot of people see a lot of the black race. They don't want to talk about when our ancestors was in power. But when they was in power, was they holding hands and being kumbaya with everybody and just waiting for shit to fucking happen? No, the hell they wasn't. Nigga, they was sacrificing motherfuckers and doing all type of shit, balancing out the universe. Cause this shit ain't this intel and futuristic shit, man. This ain't for everybody. It really ain't. That's why I said, man, in my last video, if you a regular, go live your regular life. Because this channel right here, this channel is for actually extended teachers and, students, also students, but it's mostly for teachers. I go, because I listen to almost probably 90% of the so-called black teachers on the internet. And every once in a while, you know what I'm saying, Futuritarian trickles out in their teaching. It's supposed to be like that because they dealing with information. They're dealing with information. Intel takes a minute. I don't drop videos. When you're dealing with intel, when you're dealing with intelligence trickles down into the atmosphere in spurts. It don't just keep going. You know what keeps going? Information keeps going. That's why when these teachers, they drop 3, 4, 5 videos a day or a video each day, they still receiving information. Not even receiving it, they're still looking for information. They go on Google, they get their books, they get their notes. They going back in the past. They stay going back in the past because they know that the mass majority of people, they like the past. That's why they got so many followers. That's why, man, you got anything on a massive scale. See, niggas is simple-minded. Anything on a massive scale, niggas don't question that shit. They just think since everybody, not everybody, but you know what I'm saying, dealing with the numbers, the numeral code system. When they see a lot of numbers, they're like, oh, this might be what's up. When in actuality, a lot of these fallen ones that are down here, they understand this shit because they fell from upper dimensions. So they understand the fallen ones, because I'm a fallen one also, but I'm not that fallen one. They understand astrology, they understand the past, and they understand mind manipulation. They're really good at it. They is. But see, when you're dealing with shit that's in the future, because the reason why they can't come with nothing next is because they're not in the future. You have to have your future self send down the intel to your present self, and your past self. All three. Going back to the Africa. Africa's a petri dish. That's what Africa is. It's a petri dish. They go over there, they experiment, they do the crust experiment. What do I mean by crust? They do the crust experiment. What do I mean by crust? The experiment of living in an actual organic environment, dealing with your community and dealing with people that surround you that have a certain vibration and frequency, that instead of them doing it underground or in a simulated place somewhere that they built that's not really organic, they want to test it in an organic environment to really see what the effect of it is, to help stuff move forward into the future. And you can even look this up on Google. There's not no secret that Africa is is probably one of the biggest places they do that at, because Africa has a lot of people and they also have a lot of third world countries there dealing with that. The African petri dish. Now I'm gonna hit a couple of quick topics and I'm gonna get back to writing this book. The book's gonna be coming out this summer. I got a mind book coming out. It's gonna be coming out this summer. It is I'm really deep into this book. It's gonna be a good book. And a lot of the stuff I'm putting in this book, a lot of the intel I'm putting in this book, some of it is not on these channels. Also got the Patreon account that's going to be up and active and running also by this summer, because I'm doing everything on a solstice. I'm dropping stuff on a solstice. And it's a lot of cats, they like to drop stuff in the wintertime because they know everybody's sitting in their house dealing with music or something like that, dealing with that winter energy. One thing about energy, one thing about dark matter, and one thing about dealing with coldness, right? They can't form a portal without the plasma. Always remember that. So the next topic I'm gonna be touching on is I got 3 topics right now. The next topic that I'm gonna touch on is why us from the future sent down probes to this planet over 1 million years ago. Yeah, I said it. Sent probes to this planet over 1 million years ago. Sending down the probes. Might even been longer than that. Might have been about 100 million years. It's either because dealing with the code system, it's either 1 million years, 10 million years, or 100 million years, whichever one it was. Yeah, we send probes to this planet. And some of the spaceships, right? Because you go on, the little UFO theories, and you're on the UFO theories, and you looking at that shit, right? And they say they found these UFOs, this and that. Some of them UFOs is probes. They're probes. The same shit. Here's some more intel for you teachers. The same shit that they was finding on Mars, and the same shit that they finding on these moons. You know what I'm saying? Look at it like this. So the probes that the Space Force, allegedly, the Space Force is sending out, the probes and stuff they sending out to that same shit happened here in the past. So that's what some of these spaceships they're finding, they ain't spaceships. They were unmanned probes. They were doing recon. They was doing recon before the gods came here. Same shit that they doing right now with these planets in the solar system and also these moons. dealing with Antarctica, dealing with the North Pole, and all these conspiracy theories and all this stuff talking about Antarctica, man. Antarctica, when you dealing with a continent like that, if you was a highly intelligent being and you wanted to be hidden, that's a good spot to hide. Is Antarctica be a good spot to hide down there? But anyway, back to this intel. Back to this intel. So yeah, that's what you're seeing. You're seeing a lot of the ones that they found was probes. There were probes. There was unmanned, unidentified flying objects. Well, not flying objects, they're crashed objects. Was the probes. And last topic I'm gonna touch on would be manifestation. I was gonna do that in my book. You know what? I'm gonna do the manifestation in my book. I'm gonna do manifestation in the book. No, fuck that. I'm gonna do it right now. Manifestation. So when you're dealing with that word, because every word, when you're dealing with the English dictionary, every word has a dictionary, multiple sequence of definitions of one word. And then it has a stealth definition. The definition you can't find in the dictionary. You know, you find these definitions at underground somewhere in a safe. That's where you find these at. But it's the year 2021 and we back on our planet, the new beings. And we back and we telling y'all what the manifestation is. This what manifestation means. This is the stealth definition. When mankind's not even that old. Literally, they're not. So what they had to do was, to get power on the planet, they had to steal from man. So what did they do? They had to finesse man to get their ideas, to get what was next. So they were finessing man. That's where manifestation comes from, because everything's backwards for you teachers out there. Everything's backwards. Manifestation, right, means manifest means finesse. So in order for them to move forward, they used to come to Egypt. They used to come to Samaria, or wherever the fuck they was coming at. They were always trying to manifest something out of who? Man. Who was man? The carbon beings. Might fuck with me on this planet, man. Not with the intelligence. Simple as that. And I stand on that shit. That's what manifestation means. And so when you're meditating and you're trying to manifest something into existence, and you're trying to manifest something into existence, right? They use that word for their own benefit, their own benefit for their own kind. So I'm gonna give you an example. So back in the Roman days, and back in in Persia and all those times. See, when I go back with intel. I don't go back off some book the white man had wrote and then act like that I know something. This intel. So anyway. The manifestation, they used to send their recon little soldier slaves down to other nations, Egypt, whatnot, Spain. They used to send them and they used to say, go manifest something. And they will be like, okay, we will go far and we will go manifest something. You know how they used to talk back in the day with that little accent. You know, you watch those old movies, how they be talking. Yeah, go manifest me something. They already knew what they was talking about. When it was talking about manifest, they was finessing man out of what? Out of his intelligence. Some more intel for you teaching Negroes and you Care Bear niggas. That's where the word manifest comes from, because man is man in mankind. So you're finessing man of what? Their intelligence. That's how the so-called black race fell from power, because they were getting manifested on. And if you really if you really say that word, it sounds like some molestation shit. Manifesting. Yeah, we back on a planet can't nothing be hidden no more, nigga. It's the new world order on you niggas. So that's what manifestation means. Some intel. I probably still put that in a book, but I'll break it down even more after that. I'm gonna extend it. But yeah, that's the thing about Africa. Africa's a petri dish. You want to go experiment on some people? Go to Africa. Is it right? Is it right to do that to third world countries? No, it's not right. Is it necessary? Yeah, in some situations it is. That's why people don't have a world. That people don't have a world. Majority of people will never have a world leading mind frame. They just don't, because they're not in the future. They never been through this before. See, we've been through this before. It's the activated New Brighton, the Futuritarian, Peace, Quasar. If you like the way the world is, don't like, don't share, don't subscribe. But if you want it to alter, move at the speed of light.